now know the 32 nations that will make up this year's 2022 World Cup out in Qatar. And in this video, we're going to give you my early door predictions for Group A, which include Juggernauts, Netherlands, and the host Qatar. Who's going to come out on top? We're going to take a little look next. What's coming on the prediction video today? We're going to take a look at my early door predictions for this year's World Cup out in Qatar, and we're going to take a little look at Group A, and we'll get to that in 1 second. If you know where you've been, smash your subscribe to keep back to all things World Cup related, Blackburn Rovers related, world football related. We're going to all here, boys, under one Rooski. That's right, this year's World Cup will take place in the winter, and of course we're going to be covering the content or the tournament with a lot of content throughout the rest of the year, of course. And in this video, we're going to have a little look at Group A and give you a look at it. Of course, and my early door picks in just a second. Of course, big shout out to my VIPs. They are the patrons, guys. You know who you are. But anyway, let's get into it and have a little look. That's right. So the World Cup out in Qatar. I'm getting excited each and every day as it passes, of course. But we're going to take a little look at Group A. But first and foremost, let's take a little look at the nations that make up Group A. So here they come, kicking it off with the hosts. That's right, Qatar. Making their debut in the World Cup this campaign. They were declared as hosts way back the 2nd of December 2010. This is their first tournament, one tournament in a row, and the odds for them as it stands to go all the way to lift the trophy off, up at the end of the year. 350 to 1. You wouldn't want to touch it with a barge pole, would you? But of course, they are. We are playing it at a bizarre time of the year, and of course, they are going to be comfortable with the heat. Of course, who else is going to be comfortable with that kind of heat? Even though it is going to be played in a more better climate. Joining them in Group A will be these bad boys. That's right, Senegal. They are the champions of Africa, winning the AFCON earlier this year, back in the start of 2022. They're going to be there as well. They actually qualified as winners of their group or winner of their passage through the Central Africa, through the Confederation of African Football. They secured the deal just on the 29th of March 2022. This is the third tournament. 2018 was their last. Of course, two times in a row now for Senegal. They made the quarterfinals in 2002, and they are 80 to 1. Much shorter odds for them to go the distance compared to that of Qatar. These are probably one of the dark horses you would imagine for this group, and maybe even for the tournament itself. 80 to 1 to go the distance. They're going to be joined by Juggernauts themselves, Netherlands, that's right, aka Holland. They qualified as winners of a group over in the UEFA Confederation. They secured the deal 16th of November 2021. They've been to 11 tournaments in the past. Then 2014 was the last. Of course, they were now in Russia, so a good chance for them to maybe put the Dutch from the orange, or whatever you want to call it, the orange, back in the spotlight as well. So the first tournament since 2014. They were runners up in 74, 78, and 2010. Can they go the distance this time around? 12 to 1 for the Dutchies to go the way. And of course, they're going to be joined by Ecuador, who have been threatened with a bit of a getting kicked out of the tournament, but they're going to be going there. I think it's all kind of propaganda in the end from the Chilean press. But no, Ecuador will be there. They qualified as fourth comfortably in the CONMEBOL over in South America. They secured the deal on the 24th of March 2022. 4 tournaments for them in their history. 2014 was their last, so again they were not there in Russia. So it's their first tournament in a row. Last time around, the best ever was around the 16 in 2006. Where was that? Was that in Germany or was that in Africa? In South Africa, I can't remember. 2010. Anyway, regardless, 2006 it was 150 to 1 to go the distance. That is Ecuador. Now, of course, it is a very, very difficult group kicking all off. But of course, this is how it pans out. And I think it's about time I pop back onto the screen now. Then, shall we? Let's take a little look. And of course, my pickaroos then for these are my early door predictions then, shall we, of course, for this. So it's all going to kick it off on the 21st of November 2022. The first game, according to my eyes, will be Senegal against the Dutchies. That's right, I've got no venues here. It's just my early door picks, but we're going to have them for you right here, right now. It's going to be a tough old game. All eyes on this, of course. The whole world will be watching, and I think it's going to be a bit of a draw. That's right. I think I'm going to go with a draw here for both Senegal and Netherlands, which will be a fantastic start for the African nation there. Senegal, of course, will fancy their chances after picking up a draw against the favourites for this group, in my eyes, the Dutchies. So joining them, same day, maybe a little bit later on in the evening, will be Qatar up against Ecuador. course, the hosts will get after a fantastic start up against Ecuador, who, for me, the jury is out with them. They did a fantastic qualifying campaign, but have they got it in the locker to come to Qatar and, of course, win excuse me, against the host? No, I think Qatar will get off to a fantastic start, pick up a 3 points, and of course after the match number 1 they'll be top in the bloody group. Meanwhile, kicking forward to the 25th of November, it'll be Qatar, the hosts, up against Senegal. Again, both sides unbeaten, of course, heading into match number 2. Who's going to take the upper hand on this one? I don't see anybody taking the upper hand, and Senegal will come out of this with another draw, and Qatar will remain unbeaten heading into the final games for them in Group A. Of course, the Dutchies will need to bounce back after a bit of a stutter start against Senegal. I do see them bouncing back with, of course, a win against Ecuador in their second game for them in the penultimate game as well, breaking the hump and, of course, securing joint top spot alongside Qatar heading into the final games. Now, these two sides will, of course, lock horns on the same match day, 29th of the 11th, match number 3. Of course, all games taking place at the same time here, and, of course, the Dutchies will want to win against the host Qatar, and I do see that happening, despite Qatar being a host, unbeaten, of course, and only conceding, without conceding a goal so far. They've been phenomenal, of course. They were very good in the Asian AFC this past couple of years. So they've been really trying to set the standard for Asian football. Of course, they will give a good account of themselves, but the Dutchies will come out on top. 2-1 win for them to take 3 points. And again, look, destined to win Group A. And, of course, who's going to come out on top with the final game? Of course, Senegal so far unbeaten. Of course, back-to-back draws there. Ecuador failed to show up so far. And, of course, just the 1 goal scored in my eyes. So, for me, what am I going to go with this one? For this, again, all taking place on the 29th of November as we head into the knockout stages. It will be a 2-1 win for Senegal, which, of course, will be an unbeaten stretch for them. And if my mathematics is correct, let's take a little look at how this pans out over in Group A. So in 4th spot, unfortunately, it will be Ecuador. They will bow out. 0 points for them. A couple of goals scored, 6 goals conceded. Nothing on the hockey for them. Into 3rd spot, unfortunately, it will be the hosts, Qatar. It is a very, very difficult group, this. It's quite hard to split these 4 nations. All 4 of them can realistically qualify. You know, every World Cup has a group of death. There are multiple groups of death. This one is wide open in my eyes, especially for the runners-up spot as well. Into 2nd spot, it will be Senegal. They go through with 5 points in my eyes, yet to taste defeat. Looking very, very good for them. Of course, heading into the knockout stages, of course, top billing goes to the Dutchies with 7 points for them. So not too shabby as well. So well done to the Dutchies in my eyes. So, of course, before we bounce out of here, I want to let you know that we'll be covering the World Cup in extensive detail. We'll have previews, reviews, watch-alongs, predictions, sticker openings, and, of course, tournament build-up from the get-go, from right here, right now, all the way through to the tournament out in November. So make sure you smash your thumbs up, smash your subscribe there, and make sure you check us out as we get closer to kick-off. But that is it, guys. What do you think about Group A? Give me your thoughts and predictions down below. Who do you think will go top billing out of Group A? And, of course, we'll join them as runners-up. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the old comment section down below. And, of course, as we go through the rest of this week, you'll see a video each and every day for each and every group. Of course, we'll even do the knockout stages, but they are my early door predictions. They're likely to change as the tournament gets closer. Of course, injuries, suspension, who's actually going to get called up, of course. Could the Dutchies lose key personnel? What about, of course, Ecuador? Will, of course, they be missing some key players, which or maybe be boosted by some arrivals, of course. Who knows? That's, of course, to look forward to as we get closer, but that's my picks for Group A. Join me, of course, with your predictions down below. But until then, boys, we're done right now.